Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to save a lot of money when lighting the scenery in your model railroad layout. Welcome to the Practical Engineering Solution channel. My name is Jack, and when I started this exercise out, I wanted to have several requirements in mind. Number one, I wanted to have the ability to turn off the LEDs that were lighting the scenery in my layout. I also wanted to be able to dim them. I wanted to be able to use discrete LEDs or multiple LEDs. I wanted to use the just plug system. I wanted to have high density, that is, I could scale up the system, and I wanted to have low cost. So with those items in mind, let's go over and talk about how I did what I did. First I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'll show you how I did it. Okay, let's go over to the layout. Okay, this is my town, and you can see I have here street lamps. This particular building here is a greenery, which I think I got the whole building at a train show, and I put lighting LEDs in it. It's got one LED for the first floor, the second floor is blacked out, and I have a red grow light there in the corner that you can see. This is Emilio's restaurant, the next one, and that was from Woodland Scenics, already pre-lit. This is the theater from Woodland Scenics. This is the barber shop. This is Frank's appliance and TV store, I think it's called. And this last building here is a building I built from a kit, and that has not been lit yet because I don't have enough channels. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels. Each one of these buildings, I can adjust the brightness down to 0. You see, that's the greenery building. And then the next one is Emilio's restaurant, which is right here. And I can adjust that one as well. Oops, it's the wrong one. That's the same one. So there's Emilio's and the theater and so on. So I will show you the control panel for that, and then I'll talk about how I did it. Okay, this is my first prototype, and it's a 5-channel control panel using the transistor method for controlling the lights. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, there are 3 basic methods to dim an LED. The first one uses what's called pulse width modulation. That means the voltage stays high all the time, and the LED is switched on and off by some kind of switch or oscillator. I thought that was overkill for a model train layout, so I went to the second method, which is this one. This uses a transistor to control the brightness of the LED, and this is what was implemented in the 5-channel control panel I showed you earlier. So the next approach I took was just using simple resistors. This uses 1 resistor and 1 potentiometer. Now, I implemented this, and I'll show you this second prototype in a minute. This requires some caveats. I use 24 volts DC, and I mentioned in the book why I picked that particular voltage. And it uses a 1K pot, which must be at least a half a watt, and a 680 ohm resistor, which must be 1 watt. Using this scheme, you can scale up the number of channels very easily. You can use discrete LEDs without a resistor and add your own, or you can use the LED strips I showed you that have resistors built in, or you can use the just plug pre-lit buildings. You can get high density, and it's relatively low cost. The cost I calculated is less than $1 per channel. So let's go over to the bench and see how I implemented this. Okay, let's talk for a minute about what I use for LEDs. I use these single LEDs. You can see, hope you can see this. It's a single chip LED, and it has a built-in resistor in it, a surface mount integrated resistor, so you can plug this directly into power and not worry about blowing up the LED. This is how they sometimes come, at least the batches I've been getting. They come 2 to 9 in a package like this, and then you snap them apart to get a single one. The next one is this LED strip. This is three LEDs on a strip. It's got an adhesive backing, and it's got a built-in surface mount resistor, limiting resistor there as well. So I use those quite a bit. Okay, and I'll put in the notes underneath the video the links to those LEDs. Also, I'll put a link in there to a book I wrote on this, which has much more detailed information and sources and links to get parts at a much lower price. I also have standardized on using these. These are JST connectors. This is a bulk package of about 100. I started off getting 5 at a time, and they're both male here, and they come with a bunch of female connectors too. And I'll show you where I use that. So those are kind of the components I use. In addition to that, I have a lot of just plug pre-lit buildings, just because I'm not crazy about putting together kits, but I have done that in the past. Okay, as an example of that, this is a building that I put together from a kit. Over here you can maybe see a better picture of the LED, single LED with the onboard resistor. And over here is the 3 LED strip. You get the focus on that with the onboard resistor over here. So the building was one I assembled. I got it at a train show, and I masked the top floor windows, and you can see the 3 LED strip in there very clearly. And the next building I put together was this, after my son and daughter who own a dermatology practice, and this is called Heather and Jay's Dermatology. This one was a similar deal, except inside I used the 2 of the single LEDs to light this up. And again, I masked the windows on the second floor. Okay, this is what I call the resistor divider circuit, the second circuit I showed you. And it has 7 channels right here. And instead of using the single turn pots, I used multi-turn pots because I thought they were I found that they're easier to adjust the brightness than the single turn pots are. So I made 7 turns, 7 channels, and then over here I have what, flying leads, just wires coming off, and I thought I would connect them to connectors. And then I expanded this to 14 channels on the same board. This board's about 4 inches by 3 inches roughly. So now I have 14 channels on this one board, and I soldered the connectors, the JST connectors, directly into the perf board, which makes it a lot easier to plug in either just plug or my own connectors with my own LEDs. You have to be careful. These connectors come in several different sizes. Make sure you get the ones that have a 2.54 millimeter spacing, and that's for a couple of reasons. They're compatible with the Woodland Scenics just plug devices in buildings, but also they're 1/10 of an inch on center, so they fit most perf boards. You see these holes here, about 1/10 of an inch on center. Okay, this is a circuit board I had made up, and this is the final version. Over here we have the plug for the power. The power can be anywhere from 12 to 18 volts. This is the power on the board LED. These are all the resistors, one for each channel. These are all the pots for each channel. And these are the JST connectors. Also, you notice that I have a 10-channel board here, but in addition to that, right here I have 2 extra connectors. those are to daisy chain multiple boards. So if you want to stack more than 10, if you have more than 10 channels you can stack these boards using these holes and spacers right here in the corners, and stack the boards vertically to give you multiple channels. And you use these connectors here to daisy chain, so you don't have to connect a power plug to each particular board. You can just daisy chain them here and then stack them together. So this is the board I had made up, and once again I'd like to remind you, if you like this video, please subscribe and click like. And if you're interested, don't forget to look at the links. And if you want to support my channel, you can buy my book. It explains all this in a lot more detail. It's under $10. It's on Amazon, and you'll help support the channel. Okay, that's this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.